How do we know, before we go into the Torah, how do we know God exists? We cannot prove that He exists with the five senses that we have. We can't smell Him, we can't taste Him, we can't see Him, we can't hear Him, we can't touch Him. And in that case, how can we prove that He exists? The answer to that is, you see the creation, you're learning about the Creator. The more sophisticated is the creation, it indicates about the brilliance and the ability of the great Creator. We have a rule in life. Everything that we're going to see and to hold in our hands, every creation that we ever approach in our life, a laptop, a projector, a table, a chair, a light bulb, anything, you name it, anything that was ever created, we know that if there is a creation, there has to be a creator. Coming to say that this beautiful creation with billions of stars, galaxies, oxygen, water, everything, people, animals, 2 million different kinds of animals, trees, flowers, so many brilliant things in a creation, coming to claim that something like this happened with a random explosion and everything started to expand out of nowhere and then it started to develop with certain evolution and one thing leads to another, it's also not exactly clever to claim such a claim. But when the professors are saying it in university, everybody buys it. They live with that, they learned it, they got to test on it, they pass the test, and then they become professor, and excuse my language, they continue to teach this nonsense to another 10 million people, and they will teach it to 100 million people, and I promise you, not even one of them believe what he's preaching. Why? Every normal human being knows if there is a chair, there must be a carpenter. I don't know him, but I'm willing to swear on my life that the carpenter made it. If there is a laptop, there's some kind of Japanese engineer that made it. I'm willing to swear on it. I don't have to know him. If I go to the moon and I see a Coca-Cola can, I know somebody was there before me. He didn't get there by itself. If there is a creation, there must be a creator. The more brilliant the creation is, it indicates that the creator is more brilliant. To make a chair, you don't need to be a genius. One day of training and you know how to make a chair. To make an F-16 airplane, you need 20 years of training. It's not enough one day. Why? It's a very sophisticated machine. The more clever the machine is, the more ability the creator has. When we review a human brain, we take one brain, size of an apple, 10 trillion connection inside this little piece of jelly, 80% jelly, 20% raw material, 10 trillion connection in this little box. If we take all the telephone companies in the world, include all the satellites, every wire out there, include all satellites of all the countries in the world combined, it's not 1% of the dumbest person in the world. Take the dumbest person in the world, his brain is 100 times greater than all the telecommunication companies, including internet, all over the world. Just one brain of one person. Multiplied by 7 billion people in this generation, go back hundreds of generations before, take millions and millions of different monkeys, take all the 2 million different species, they all have brains, everything is connected, people have feelings, people have memory, everything is very, very sophisticated. Not to talk about the rest of the creation. I'm not even going into the galaxies and all the rest of the movements of all the galaxy, everything is in order, nothing collides, there is a supervision of every inch of the creation. To come and deny it, you can say whatever you want. But let's not fool ourselves. I don't believe there's one person in a history that really believed that everything was made by itself and there is no supervisor. It's not realistic. Did you ever see any creation, point one, ever in history, anywhere in the world, in any culture, in any country, in any language, any kind of creation that was made by anyone that did not have a purpose, if the most sophisticated creation is the world and mainly the human being, and his brain and liver and heart and veins and the nerve system and thousands of different systems in his body. He made him just like that for no reason. It's not realistic. There has to be a reason. So that leads us to the next question. What good is the answer that there is a purpose to the life of a human being without knowing what it is?